Yo, what's happening? Jeez, y'all. It's your boy Papa Dub. Don't be mad at me. Yeah. Tried to tell him. Yeah. Goddamn. My lady pregnant again, but this time she pregnant with twins. Another collection plate. Come on, preacher, that's kind of strange. I'm sorry, God, I need that little change. I gotta do a couple things. Cause that stimulus, it ain't stimulate. Tax time, the mama got pissed and won't let them claim the baby. They shooting again. These just crazy, they need some help. Man, they shot him in the hip. He fell out and shitted on himself. My cousin Paul called fed time up the road, did a whole dime. He used to call home. I heard niggas crying in the background, saying to myself, this ain't how we supposed to live. Turn on Facebook, man, another bitch that got killed. For the love that my dog losing weight out here smoking cocaine cigarettes. 8 years old, shot in the head, had nothing to do with that. That baby innocent. Go get George Zimmerman if y'all just wanna kill a bitch. That's why I'm asking Jesus. Please tell me why you leave us. Tell me why you leave. These people want us dead. On the internet capping, that shit is fake, bro. In the mirror showing your ass, putting no makeup. Man, y'all better wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Man, y'all better wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Man, y'all better wake up. I've been telling y'all better wake up. You can't nail bitch, say Papa Duck, ain't say nothing. I told y'all everything. I told you I like the government stole it. I told y'all about COVID, the CIA and the cloning. MK Ultra, the whole world's under hypnosis. They turn the TV off, that's how Hollywood control us. And ain't no cure for cancer, you're right, that's some bullshit. If they can lead us and go to the moon, they'd have been done did it. And if you took the shot, I pray for you. Lord, no. Don't want black folk to grow, so they put us on birth control. And just cause you go to church every Sunday don't make you saved. 12 years of school's how you turn niggas to slaves. On our minds they put shackles, they lie, trickers and trappers. They use the influence of athlete, actors and rappers. For real, that fucked up, they did the Emmett Till. And all the pain his mom and family had to feel. That's why I'm asking Jesus, hey, please tell me why you leave us. Tell me why you leave. These people want us dead. On the internet capping, that shit is fake, bro. In the mirror showing your ass, putting no makeup. Man, y'all better wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Man, y'all better wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Man, y'all better wake up. What's happening? It's your boy Papa Dub. I've been telling y'all about this shit for a long time, bro. I get on YouTube every day, drop videos on nothing but that sauce, and I'm telling y'all what time it is, and I'm telling y'all these people want us dead, bro. We living like it called to do this, and bro, I done been wide open just to hate and hurt and kill each other every day. You feel me? You feel me? Man, one time for all the folks that's already woke, and the ones that ain't, need to wake up. Need to wake up.
Yo, can I with you? What?
ACT, did you see this?
Look, if it ain't official Dana J, Levi for Kelly, or Prima Donna News, I don't even want to see it. Just take it off. Look, you got some weed? I gotta get some. All right, hurry up. These and them here, everybody here, we waiting on you. All right.
Say you later, what you gonna do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We have tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. That ass down, gotta make it last now. Start off so, then I'ma beat it up. No, try to say stop with the say go. There you go again, that voice is cool. Watch you make your girlfriend. Come on, come on, come on, come on. been waiting patiently, wondering when and where I'll be. The cousin ruckus in the industry, making this so she can't sleep.
Whoa, RSKO soon. Yeah. Let's say what up. What games we sold, not told, words to Levi. Fuck the other side and fuck your opinion unless it's big by. Brooke boy needs to leave and Nicky keep the 9 tuck. Fly Fox, Mama Mary said you can go fuck a duck. Anybody follow when they bullshit, I ain't surprised. Bullshit sink, so that's the enterprise. Sorry for cussing Georgia girls, surely forgive me. Belinda, respectfully, I be watching like Miss Lady G. We don't fuck with baby killing niggas, watching F niggas, old cold niggas, Don Russell supporting ass niggas. We don't fuck with unfit drunk bitches, one pep scared bitches, or to be determined bitches. Y'all won't beat, that's why we prima donna patient. Fantasia light a candle, me and Virgo smoking trees. Really salute, I know EJ up in the G. What up, caramel and face, I can't forget about my lips. The dream team really be the squad. The other team really just the fraud. Say the dream team really be the squad. The other team really just the fraud. If we don't joke, we choke. And middle finger to the P.I. B.I.B.I.
Gotta teach girls dignity, otherwise they gonna be not seeing nothing wrong. We'll learn to bump and grind. Aaliyah daddy should've beat the fuck out of R. Kelly. They wouldn't have been the second time. Well,
are these girls' parents at, man? Shit crazy. Oh, real niggas saying real shit. And bro, did you really forage a document to get a 15-year-old girl, man? Bro. Real niggas saying real shit. I don't know, man. It's just my opinion. Life Jennings, they about to kill me. They about to bring up my past. Only difference is niggas know I did 15. Bring up all that shit. Guess what? I did it.
Team, what's up? Oh yeah, what's up? I'm going there today. I'm going there today. When that song first came out, first of all, can y'all hear me good? I just need to know if y'all can hear me good. Can y'all hear me good? Can y'all hear me good? I love the way Life put that, because he gave you an analogy of this shit has seemed so far-fetched. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was done with the R. Kelly bullshit, because that's what it is. It's a circus. I was done. But I ghosted everybody. What time is it? It's 9:29. I ghosted everybody for 6 hours. My last conversation was at 3:29. When I hung up the phone, I ain't talked to nobody. And I just watched. Then I watched the infamous Tasha K. And that lit a whole new fire up under me. Because for 3 whole days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, for 3 whole days, the internet has been letting 3 people, along with their minions, play in y'all face, and nobody said shit. So now I'm tired of it. And I'm going to bring some justice to the internet. Day 1, Sunday. Y'all let the Walrus and Gargamel play with y'all with these recordings. The title, as well as the unfit drunk. The title said, full court proceedings of daintezjackson and Sylvia Parks. But you only got 50 minutes of it, 33 minutes of the recording, and the rest is nothing but them trying to give commentary. So I sat back. Lawrence, I don't know. I just know it just went off like that. I don't know. The Walrus and Gargamel. The Walrus and Gargamel. Matter of fact, I can't even call it an unfit drunk no more. Let's stop that. Her new name is Bob the Builder. That's how we doing it. So the Walrus, Gargamel, and Bob the Builder tried to run a smear campaign, right? Then you have Tasha K. Now, I don't know if y'all realize what just happened, but what just really happened, a lot of people are asleep to. Not me. I sit back and I wait for this shit. Because a person like me, I'll go back and I'll say, is this what we're going to do? So, Dana, what do you mean? You had a person, well, let's go here. You had the walrus, the over evaporated walrus tried to paint a narrative, right? Tried to paint a narrative of something that's not true. And she's been doing it for over 2.5 years. Some people bought in, some people didn't buy in. Okay. Nah, Charlotte, a peacock is cute. Ain't none of them motherfuckers cute. I got the exact names. The walrus. So she tried to paint a picture that's not true of me. And I always said, I'll tell you what happened, and I'll let y'all determine from there. Everything I said happened. Didn't it? Y'all heard it. But the thing is, the truth don't need defense. And the truth don't need a dictator. And the truth damn sure don't need an alibi. So if y'all so for sure about what I did, if y'all so for sure that y'all trying to label me as a snitch and this and this and this and this, why didn't you play it in its entirety? It's certain parts that y'all didn't want to get out. Y'all have yet to hear the part when she said Kevin Terrell, aka Bedbug, aka Funk Max the Midget, he was scared to come to Georgia. Y'all have not heard that, right? And you heard 3 people play the recording, right? Guess what? Tomorrow is doomsday for that recording. As I promised everybody, no, I'm sorry. I don't promise nobody nothing. As I assured everybody, I will show you the chain of custody tomorrow. And then from the chain of custody, you will hear the authentic audio in its entirety. 2 hours, 32 minutes. In its entirety. You know what I mean? So it's some things that they try to leave out, but then there's some things that Bob the Builder actually slid y'all, and she tried to change the narrative to format her homegirl, but she threw some stuff in there that nobody paid attention to. Okay. Then you have Gargamel. Gargamel ran out of potion with his, situation. So he shows up today in a 3-piece wrinkled monumental suit that had a color tone to a shirt and makes the statement, he's going to sue me in a minute because he said that he used a picture that had me in it and somebody else was in that picture. So how's that picture my picture? I'm not going to say too much because now he's talking litigation. But I will say this. I welcome you to do it because the counterclaim will make you shit. Now he talking about, oh, why don't you show that this is your picture? Since you said we're going to go to court soon, I'm not showing shit. I'll show you in court. That's how we're going to do it. I'll show you in court. Gargamel. I'll show you in court. So in court, I'll break it all down to you. And guess what? For the people that was over there talking and Project Mouth Chat, understand this. I'm going to give you a scenario. The funds that I collected for the lawyer was for the lawyer, right? But I'm glad you over here pocket watching. I'm glad you over here giving me your view. I'm glad you all doing all that, right? So now I'm going to ask you this. Since I paid my rent allegedly with the money, since I paid my child support allegedly with the money, I can say without saying allegedly, I haven't did none of that shit. But however, if I did, if I needed that point, one thing about me, I would have asked the dream team, can they help me with my rent? Can they help me with this, and this? One thing Dana don't do is ask for help with one thing and then put it to something else. I've never did that. But to make y'all feel a little low, why didn't y'all ask y'all leader, the bed bug, the Funk Master Flex pedophile, the baby killer? Why didn't y'all ask him what he do with his funds? Why didn't y'all ask shitting inner tube tires what she did with her funds? Why you didn't ask the great walrus what she did with her multiple funds? I'm gonna tell you why you ain't asked that. Because it would have been too much like right. So I sit back and I laugh at all of you Poda Cologne internet motherfucking wannabe gangsters. And then for Gargamel, he said, this man 44 years old. I'm not 44, bro. But like I told you, if you think that is wolf tickets, pull up on me the way you pulled up on Tasha K. You'll see exactly how much of a wolf ticket it is. You will be the only one with a ticket, and it will be on your toe. And that's not a threat. That's a assurance. You pull up on me trying to look through my mailbox the way you did Tasha K, it's over for you. You stalk my 14-year-old like you did Tasha K 12-year-old, it's over for you. That's all I'm saying to you. The problem is you got your ass into something that you know nothing about. And you needed it for a YouTube check so you can get to California, so that way you can have enough money to keep you there to cover the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez interview. The same interview that you was bragging about at the Tyrese court case. I mean, let's be for real. If you're going to be a blogger, be a blogger. Then you're going to say, I'm harassing you. I haven't harassed you at all. I defended myself from your bullshit ass fake journalistic tactics that you use because you don't have journalistic credibility. You tried to help run a smear campaign, but then I got to realize your best friend is Choke. Okay, I get it. I'm sorry. Your best friend is Choke. Then you say, oh, I didn't know he was an actor. I can get him into this. Nigga, I'm SAG, nigga. Go through my agent. And if my agent even came to me talking about, oh, Dennis Byron, I will fire my agent right then and there. Because if you had that type of pull, you wouldn't be working on a film with Torrey Hart. If you was that deep into the game, Torrey Hart will have you in the credits in her film. You're not even in the credits. Now, a couple of my homies is in that film. Turnt and Super Turnt, yeah. And I'm not knocking Torrey Hart, but I'm saying this. It is what it is. So when you come with the suit, I'm a counter suit you and TMZ. That's how we're going to get the truth out there. So I'm waiting. Bring it. Bring it. I'm going to make you look stupid all the way around the board, and I hope we can film it. Just like you lied to Tyrese in them camp trying to throw my name in the dirt. Come on, bro. I've been around them folks too long. You can't throw my name in the dirt. You tried it. And I have not said nothing to you about it. I was waiting to see you face to face, man to man, and look you in your eye. But that would have been a fucked up situation because both of us got lazy eyes. Yours just a little more drunk. He was an investor and true to the game. Really? Okay, hold on. He was an investor. Okay. First of all, let's go here. When you look at IMDb, right? They have everything that's going on there. Right? Including investors. Right? Directed by David Wolfgang. Writing credits. Jeff Robertson. Right? So you have Malik Barnhart, Starletta DuBois, Omar Gooding. I can stop right there. You have three top dogs right here. Then I can skip down. You got Lil Mama. You got Darius McCrary. And you got the internet dude, Jeremy Meeks. I can stop right there. Then go down a little more. You got Columbus Short. All of them are credited actors who've been in major stuff, who have agents. Let's go down a little more. Produced by Manny Holly, Yolanda Holly, Marvin Neal, Robert Turner II. Okay. Cinematography by Zachary Boggs. Film editing by Salvatore Safani. Casting by Manny Holly. Production by Johnson Cooley. Makeup department, Terry Alexander, Mary Daniels, Carol Young Moses, Tamika Tolliver. Production management, Salvatore Scavani, Tawana Turner. Art department, Scott Allen, Taylor Box, Madison Elliott, James Flock, Ari Hayri, you get Isaac. Sound department, Arnold Anthony, Jacob Gamboa. Camera department, Spinnaker Greenberg, Mike Buchbauser, and Miguel Medina, Salvatore Scafani. Editorial department, Sidney Baldwin, Logan Dunn, Sabrina Gortz, Oliver O'Gill, Alessio Scazza. Location management, Rodney Turner II. Music department, Manny Nicole Jones, that is. Script and continuity department, Nick Robertson. Additional crew, this where he will fall in. Additional crew, Bruce Nahan, business affairs, rights and clearances. Cameron Wood, assistant director. Where is the investor at? Where's the investor at? This is what I'm saying. They play in your face and nobody say nothing. Now watch this. Watch this. That's True to the Game 3, right? Let's go to True to the Game 1. Okay. Columbus Short, Vivica Fox, Andre Fuller, who I can call right now. Y'all see, okay? True to the Game 1, okay? Okay. Box office, gross, $1,231,040. Gross worldwide, $1,231,040. Opening weekend, U.S. and Canada, $472,436, right? If you was a contributor to this, why are you on YouTube fucking with a Sylvia and Dana J case? Make it make sense. Because if you was a financial partner, you would have got some of this. Now, this is how you catch motherfuckers, right? This is how you catch motherfuckers. You went, or somebody went on my page, Dennis Byron, Gargamel. Somebody went on my page and gave you the picture when I was posted as a cop, right? I believe the picture looked a little something like this. Hold on. Hold on. I believe the picture look a little something like this. You figured you can use this picture, right? I struck your channel for this picture. You claim I don't own the copyrights. You claim that I'm not the only one in this picture. Well, here's what I'm going to say. Send over the paperwork. Let's go to court. I promise you, you won't have a house. You won't have camera, because I know how much every piece of equipment you have, and I will own it. And I'll give it away for charity, the stuff I can't even use. See, you used to playing with those people who don't know better. But you said that I lied to YouTube. Okay, prove it. Like I said, the counter claim will be epic. And unlike you, I'm not going to have my counterclaim thrown out on Judge Judy. Make it make sense. Y'all have tried to run people off of YouTube like y'all some type of bullies. No, that shit ain't going to work, especially with me. And I get the whole scope of it. Why they go on their 30-day fast, they ain't fasting. They going back trying to find dirt and see what they can do and see who they can call and see who they can connive and lie to and try to bring up some more shit. So no, I'm not respecting that 30-day shit again. The first time I did it and y'all came back running amok. Fuck y'all and y'all 30-day shit. I'm going to continue putting it out there. Everything. On my time, on my terms, on my conditions. So like I say, if you say I don't own the right to this, let's go to court. It can be discussed by 12. Because see, you don't know what I got. And my thing is this, I'm going to give you a question to rehearse. Where did you get this picture from? Where did you get the picture from? I know where I got it from, but where did you get it from? That's the question. And that's the question that's going to put the nail in your coffin. Where did you get the picture from? My next question is, how many more pictures was there on this night when it was taken? Was you there on this night when it was taken? If you was, how many degrees was it outside? And where was it taken at? If you are an investor and true to the game, you know where this location is. Because you had to go there for a business meeting. So where's this location? Like I said, I am the game. And I ain't playing with none of you. I'm not playing with none of you. So Gargamel, please do what you gotta do. I welcome it. Anywho, Tasha K. I'm wondering if anybody paid attention to what Tasha K said. She said they
It was prime. It was prime.
She said, when the world took our stories. Remember, I told y'all Tasha K is a silent partner in this. And everybody told me I was lying. So now she's telling her story. When she said the world took our stories. Her story wasn't never published publicly. So why would the world take y'all stories if you ain't a silent partner in it? Remember, everything I told y'all is playing out in y'all face. So let's go.
Some reason for them to go in right now because it was going to be easier to sway a jury. Okay, jury's not going to care about the facts. Let's be honest. They can sit up and say they don't know anything about the case. They don't know anything about R. Kelly, but it's all bullshit. A lot of juries like to get out of work. Juries like to get out of work and preside over these high-profile cases and shit like that. And trust me, they already come in with minds that are made up. They're normal people, just like you and I. How when we see something, we make a determination and opinion. Guess what? Ain't nothing changing our mind unless it's something that's catastrophic. Okay, like wow. Oh, okay, I'm gonna change my mind here. I see what's going on. And so I just don't understand why his lawyers would allow him to go from state to state. So we're talking about New York. Now he's in Chicago. He gets 30 years out of New York. They extradite him to Chicago. Now he's facing up to 100 years. So they're going to pile that sentence on that. So which means even if his appeal comes through and overturned, he's still got to move to Chicago and serve that time. Then he's got another case in Minnesota, I believe, and then one in Georgia.
He don't have a case in Georgia, Chicago.
And I believe one in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. So they're just going to be extraditing him to these jury trials. And I know for a motherfucking fact, there's a plea deal on the table. There's always a plea deal on the table. So why on earth would these lawyers allow him to go from state to state, knowing that he's out of money, knowing that he's out of resources, okay? Yes, he has royalty checks coming in and they're going to collect on those. They get to intercept those. Restitution gets to be paid from those. Court fees get to be paid from those. And so to me, this seems like a systemic money grab. I was just talking to my husband about this. I said it's like they allow you to get rich in the United States, right? Only to figure out a way to take it back. Every black entertainer that I know pretty much dies broke because the system takes back the money, assets, everything that they have worked for their whole lives through lawsuits, criminal suits, taxes, you name it. Okay, they're gonna figure out a way to get that motherfucking money back. If Michael Jackson dies broke,
did you really?
That should tell you. That should tell you something. There's a system. I've noticed it's been systemic. Now, however, yes, R. Kelly should sit in jail, but at this point, it's overkill. The man is not gonna get out until he's over 80 years old, maybe 90 if he lives that long. So I just don't understand why his lawyers won't say, you know what, just throw in the towel, take the plea deal, we can negotiate some parole, negotiate that you register as a sex offender, so you don't have to serve 30 years. They say 30 years with the possibility of parole based on your good behavior, and we can call all these cases even because you can parole in each state. Why take them to jury trial and use excess funds? Don't let them testify. Let these people get up and continue to inflate stories. Let the media continue to convince these jurors that, this man does not belong on the street. And guess what? We get restitution for the victims. We get court costs. We get lawyer fees. And he serves a consecutive sentence along with another consecutive sentence. And it's like, it's not making sense at this point. It's not making sense. Listen, I'm not saying, listen, R. Kelly deserves to be in fucking jail. I helped put him there. Listen, That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, why use R. Kelly deserves to be in fucking jail. I helped put him there. I'm not saying, listen, R. Kelly deserves to be in fucking jail. I helped put him there. I'm not saying, listen, R. Kelly deserves to be in fucking jail. I helped put him there. Listen, deserves to be in fucking jail. I helped put him there. Listen, deserves to be in fucking jail. I helped put him there. I'm not saying, listen, R. Kelly deserves to be in fucking jail. I helped put him there. I'm not saying, listen, R. Kelly deserves to be in fucking jail. I helped put him there. I'm not saying, listen, R. Kelly deserves to be in fucking jail. I helped put him there. Listen, R. Kelly deserves to be in fucking jail. I helped put him there. Listen, I'm not saying, listen, R. Kelly deserves to be in fucking jail. I helped put him there. I'm not saying, listen, R. Kelly deserves to be in fucking jail. I helped put him there. I'm not saying, listen, R. Kelly deserves to be in fucking jail. I helped put him there. I'm not saying, listen, R. Kelly deserves to be in fucking jail. I helped put him there. I'm not saying, listen, R. Kelly deserves to be in fucking jail. I helped put him there. Listen, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, why use resources when you know motherfucking well that this jury is going to convict you, and when they do, you are going to get years on years on years. The man is in his 50s. He's not getting out on the first sentence until he's over 80 years old. And then he goes to Chicago per his lawyers to take a jury trial in another case and gets more years popped up on that. It's just like the DC sniper. It's just like, Shay, I need that mosquito lotion.
And you know what I saw? Nobody saying nothing about it. So now you have a government informant and Tasha K coming out saying that she helped put R. Kelly in jail and didn't face no repercussions behind it. And then want people to conform and go against Cardi B and plead with her. But what y'all don't understand is she broke the law, and so did the BOP officer, and nothing happened. I don't think y'all understood what I just said. She broke the law along with the other BOP officer, and nothing happened. So now I'm about to put some heat under motherfuckers. Tasha K just went and interviewed with Don Russell at his home, right? How would Tasha K get the BOP officer? Somebody from the inside had to be looking out for Tasha K, right? Tasha K, or let's go here, ain't no officer going to put their job on the line, right? I got to take you back before we go forward. The first time Robert got caught, allegedly, no, it ain't allegedly because it happened. The first time they said Robert was smuggling stuff in and out of the MCC, it was with who? Brian Nick and Don Russell, right? I told y'all Don wasn't going in there, but Brian Nick was. Make this make sense. How in the hell do Tasha K go sit with Don Russell and Carrie Kelly at Don Russell's home comfortably and stay up there a couple days? But then she said what Don said. Well, I'm going to go meet with some of R. Kelly Enterprise people. Wait. Why she stopped talking about Don? Why she never brought up Brian Nix? But when I brought it up, everybody wanted me to hush up. When I brought it up, everybody wanted me to stay quiet. When I brought it up, those same people employed people on the internet to come after me and anybody that broke down the whole case of who the real Enterprise is. Robert Kelly is sitting in jail for nothing. And I don't care how many people sit back and say, oh, he guilty. He did this. He did that. Check this out. I've been to enough court cases and I've been in enough courts to understand that if you don't know the direct age of what something has happened, you will not have a great ruling in your favor. So all this believe women, fuck that. Women tell lies too. I'm sitting here asking a question. Everybody talking about, I told you, and Rashona and was testifying. Y'all didn't know that she was testifying until Larry brought it out because he was talking to Angel Cruel. Why not bring Angel Cruel text messages out, the full text messages? It'll show you where it go. And I'm not saying this to start no beef between me and Larry. I'm just putting it, where is that? Everybody talking about, oh, yo, it's a code. Fuck the code. When your dog's sitting and everybody else that claim to be around him is stealing, why the fuck should I care what these people think? They not my friends. Robert is. Hashtag understand that's a warning. If you notice, everybody had something to say about Don until Don went on Choke Channel and dropped 3 names. You go and look at that interview. I'm not giving it no more views. But I find it funny why those 3 people haven't came out and said shit to Don. Why nothing was done to Don. If we doing the street shit, if we living by the street code. If we living by the street code, why wasn't nothing done to Don? That's why I say what I say. Everybody that talk the Chicago shit ain't Chicago. Chicago ain't Chicago anymore. Just because you can load up a gun and shoot it, that don't mean you gangster. To me, that means you scared. Just because you belong to a gang, that to me, you scared. Because a real motherfucker gonna walk the street without a gang. Ask me how I know. I do it all the time. Can I call and touch on some resources? Of course I can. With no problem. In whatever city I go to. But I choose not to do that. So when I hear people like Yuck Tall Mouth talk, I sit back and laugh because you don't know what you're talking about. I got you on camera, dick riding motherfucking Greenberg. Hey Greenberg, you the man. That's all Kelly Lawyer Greenberg. If you don't take that man Madagascar out your mouth, And then I'm wise enough to know that a lot of this shit is a distraction from something that they planning bigger. So I'll hit and I'll never miss, but I'll hit and I'll go. The Gargamel situation is a distraction. Nah, we ain't gonna be distracted. I appreciate you, Laverne. Thank you so much. This whole thing with the unfit drunk. Oh, now she want to come out and talk. I can unleash that too. But when you look at shit for what it is, you got to ask yourself, Dana, was you infiltrated by these people? They took a piece of what you gave and tried to make meatloaf out of a little corner of ground beef. Not understanding that I'm sick with this. So while people doing this for for internet views and likes and clicks, and possibly a YouTube cash app check, a YouTube check. Let me put something on the head. When you see Gargamel talking about, I don't need YouTube. Okay, so why are you on it and why your shit monetized? I've never seen a millionaire say he don't need a certain stream of money. I've never seen an influencer that said they don't care about a certain pile of influence. I've never seen a junkie that say they don't care about a certain strand of drugs. I've never seen a freak say, oh no, I don't care about a certain stance of sex. So when people come out and say some stuff like that, you got to sit back and say, who are you fooling? If you ain't trying to, or if you don't care about a YouTube check, why are you trying to build another page? Thank you, ATB. Appreciate you. If you don't care about a YouTube check, why are you trying to build another page? Let's keep it a buck. All of us are chasing Tasha K. She the only one I know that was getting 45 and 60,000 a month from YouTube. Ain't none of us getting that type of bag. Hell, let's keep it real. Ain't none of us that close to getting that bag. Facts, Prima. So let's keep it real. Ain't no need to lie to the people. Because I'm not going to lie. If I was getting 60K a month from YouTube, stop. Y'all niggas weirdos, man. Now I'm going to put the nail on the head. The reason why y'all want me off of YouTube because y'all know that I got what it take and I have the knowledge to stop y'all situation from y'all robbing Robert Sylvester Kelly. Tasha K got a bag and she spent the bag for that information. I don't care if you retiring in 2 months or not. If you know there's a possibility you can get caught for disseminating information, somebody got to pay you up front. Let's get them likes up, man. Get me over 100. Come on. Y'all know the deal. Y'all got to realize what's going on. Prima has been breaking it down. She been holding me down in the day while I'm at work. Somebody hit me in the inbox. Oh, why y'all not going at Oak Cove? Because Oak Cove don't matter. Oak Cove believe what they believe and they did what they did. And Larry was a part of the Angel Crew, text message situation. I don't care what nobody say. Because you ain't going to get beforehand information before it drops. And you're not talking to the person. Stop. You're not dealing with rookies. If Larry became a millionaire, and Larry ain't never worked, and then y'all looked up and see he went to jail for bank fraud, it's common sense. Where did he get the millions from? Make it make sense. That's why I sit back and I just watch some of y'all. What I can say, and where I can challenge is, Oak Cove have a lot to say about R. Kelly, right? But when Larry got booked, y'all have yet to read any of his information. Why? If y'all believe in fair justice, why? Larry got booked, did his time, came home. Y'all haven't read his shit out loud once. And here's the reason why. Because they don't believe in certain shit, even when the person is wrong. They only believe in shit that they believe in because it fits their narrative. And I get it. That's war. That's strategy. That's clever. We the only ones on this side. That's why I separated the Dream Team from Team Kills. We the only ones on this side that want to go back and forth and try to disseminate one another because they can't be the leader, because they ain't giving clout, because they ain't being acknowledged, because somebody got more subscribers than them, because somebody is getting more acknowledgement than them. I'm gonna put the shit out there. Everybody coming back talking about, well, Dana, Sylvia turned on him, and when Sylvia turned on him, that's when it all happened. No. If y'all want to know the truth, I'll tell you the truth. The day that Sylvia got jealous of Dana was the day that Sylvia had to go through Dana to get to Robert Kelly. Straw one. Straw two. When Sylvia and them pulled up on Robert Kelly and Robert Kelly pulled off after calling me and I said, I didn't know that they were following you. Straw two. Straw three. That breaks the camel back. When we went to court for James Mason and Gerald Griggs told Sylvia, I know who Dana is. I know what he do. I watch him all the time. And all of us be laughing and we love Dana. But who the hell are you? That made her feel like, well, I can do what Dana can do. We just got to set it up in a way where Dana wouldn't understand. I seen it coming a mile away. That's why I recorded when I started recording. Shout out to my big bro, Big Vi. He said he got to take a step back. He said he ain't going to be on here as much. No problem. I carry the load. I'm used to it. I'm built for it. And when he come back, he going to come back stronger than he ever been. Take this time and build yourself. This is not an easy task. Everybody can't handle what's going on. Ask yourself this question. Why is the spirit of Jezebel so rampant over R. Kelly? And what people don't understand is what I just said. I said, why is the spirit of Jezebel running so rampant over R. Kelly? So Dana, break it down so that way the slow people and the dummies that's on a lawn that's watching, but I got fold up chairs instead of lawn chairs. Okay, let me break it down like this. The reason why they're using a hose to come after R. Kelly is because if you go another way, you won't win. You're using what he was built up for to come after him. Tasha K said 3 things that people miss. 1, the first trial, it was the world against them. You ain't winning that. 2nd, now after our stories, as she put it, which means silent partner in reporting against R. Kelly. I'm going somewhere. Hold on. So as you have the silent partners that's contributing to R. Kelly demise, as surviving R. Kelly rumbling. Now you done swayed the world against who? R. Kelly. So now, since you know you don't have the proper evidence to convict him the right way, you're trying to force him to take a plea for something he know he innocent of. Ain't that coercive? On top of that, when he don't take the plea, you have the judges change the language at the last minute to convict him. Ain't that coercion? Ain't that practicing from the bench? Isn't that a violation of the Constitution? But you got us that's saying, oh, he's guilty. Yeah. He guilty. He belong in jail, or smelly, or this and or that. But when you had Larry, who was dead to right, y'all ain't say nothing. Let's put Larry on the shelf. Oak Cove is so much for women and victims, right? I haven't heard nobody talk about bed bug situation. Hold on. So now you got a man who once loved y'all, who was on y'all side as of Mute R. Kelly and Me Too. And now it's come out that he's a blatant pedophile and y'all get quiet. This is why I say what I say. I second guess and I watch all of y'all. And I'm going to tell you why. Because y'all was so easy to hop on R. Kelly. But y'all not so easy to hop on Bedbug. So now I'm starting to wonder, was the back and forth a distraction? Or was it just a throw off to make it seem like y'all don't like each other? Like I said, I sit back, I watch, and I dissect. If it was so much of bullshit, if Larry had any of my kids at his house, I wouldn't be on the internet talking. Whether I talk to my kids or not, it'll be a fucking problem. Y'all can do well-being checks and have people go past there, right? Ask yourself this fucking question. Why wasn't it a well-being check going past that when your son was there? So you see all this smoke screen, all this cake batter going on. That's what we gonna call it. And we got this motherfucking cake batter going on. All this, oh, we hate grown man. No, the fuck y'all don't. All of y'all have talked to that man for hours. But you know what y'all get mad about? I did something that y'all didn't have the balls to do. I went and looked that brother in his eyes. Got a little tomahawk steak, got a little jumbo shrimp. I get it. Y'all got mad because y'all didn't eat. But shit, I went to interview him. And that's the biggest story on YouTube in the middle of an R. Kelly trial. Are you serious? So don't come to me talking about, oh, us against Old Cove, this and that. Y'all niggas don't want war. Y'all don't know what a fucking war is. Y'all get on the internet and talk. And I keep saying, just because you have lips don't mean you should fucking talk. I sat back and purposely watched this shit. And I laughed. Because at the end of the day, if Bedbug was really mad about his son being there, the day before he collected $3,700. A plane ticket from Houston to Las Vegas is only $412. So he could have got a round trip ticket, which he would have got for like $512. He could have stayed at the Holiday Inn Tropicana, which is kind of upscale on the outside skirt of the boardwalk. He could have texted his son and said, what's the address? And popped up there. I'm sorry. But I'm not sorry. A lot of y'all motherfuckers bullshit. And I'm tired of playing with y'all. I told y'all, only when a person gets sick and tired of being sick and tired will all this shit change. I watched everybody live today. And I looked and I shook my head. Because you had one grown man try to come at another grown man over something that he heard in his head that never was said. But because he took part in the situation, he didn't want that situation to come back up. So what? Oh no, but that never happened. Oh, that never happened. And then when that other person found out, oh, it did happen. Now all of a sudden is everybody go quiet. For what? If you did it, you did it. Acknowledge it. Okay, let it go. Y'all seen when Rainbowski popped up on my chat? Popped up on my joint, and he brought it up like, yeah, I looked up your baby mama first, Dana, and because this and this and this and this, and I told him, and I was gonna beat your ass. And he said, yo, but we ain't had to go that far. That's two men having dialogue, not holding nothing back. But you know, people ain't like that. So they had to get in his ear. I get it. Send-offs will do anything. But one thing about it, I'm solid. You can't send me off. I know who I deal with before I deal with them. Only two people, three people on his YouTube streets fucked me up. And that was Bob the Builder, Swollen Kirby, and the Wars. Because I literally let my guard down to them people. And I'm going to go here. Everybody from Team Kills talking about, oh, Dana doing this, Dana doing that. Let me ask yourself a question. Why should I remain loyal to people who stabbed me in the back and was happy about it? Who the fuck are you? Wouldn't that make me insane if I kept fucking with y'all thinking it's going to be a different outcome? That's the number one rule of insanity, ain't it? To continue to believe that you're going to get a different outcome doing the same shit. I'm not insane. So why y'all jump the platform to lie? Ask this question. For Dominisha, he say, I don't worry about a wrench. So why haven't you been back to Sky Zone page since she took your wrench? Why haven't you been back to Dana J page since he took your wrench? I'm just asking a question. Everybody can talk, but if you ain't there, you don't know the dynamics. Just like Gargamel. Oh, I'm gonna sue him and he will get paperwork real soon because my lawyers. Why your lawyer ain't show up to Judge Judy? Ask that question. Why your lawyer ain't show up to Judge Judy? Your glasses ain't even show up to Judge Judy. Make this shit make sense. And then I gotta blame myself for shit. Cause I'm arguing with motherfuckers who ain't show up to shit. So then I gotta second guess myself, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? You arguing with scary niggas and giving them power on the internet because you going back and forth with them. How stupid are you? You building their channel off your back and not getting paid. I'm sorry. I'm not the NAACP. I'm not HUD. I'm not the federal government. But what I'll say is this. Now y'all heard Tasha K for yourself. What the fuck you gonna do about it? Here's the question. Do you put pressure on the government to pursue Tasha K? Or do you do what you've been doing for the past 3 years and sweeping it under the rug? I know what the Dream Team doing. On top of that, Prima, I need you to call me tonight. I got a proposal for you. Per the ladies of the Dream Team. So while people getting mad about Larry and them celebrating, because I was one of them. I was pissed. You got to stop and figure out, what have you done? If you believe Larry violated, why not push the effort to have him brought in court to see where he violated. You got to make this shit make sense. Even when, and I'm not going to say if, even when R. Kelly went on the appeal, y'all missed the point. And the point was he was still given a guilty verdict. And you know what they're going to say? Oh, he got his stuff overturned on technicality. That's a forever stain. But before I get out of here, nope, I ain't gonna get out of here so soon. But before I transition and open up the phone lines, and I open up the goddamn and I drop the damn link. Picture this. R. Kelly told you before it happened. His fear is being found guilty when he's innocent, right? You see everybody saying they pitched in to help. But none of these people were brought up on charges. I've never seen a case when everybody's given immunity. Why Rashawn? Okay, now watch this. Y'all seen me and Larry argue about this. Rashawn Landfair testifying. No, she not. No, she not. No, she not. But then it come out that Larry and Angel Cruel have been talking. Here's a point I'm gonna give you. Do you think Larry could have gave Angel Pointer an avenue? Because Larry ain't dumb. Do you think Larry could have gave Angel Cruel an avenue to approach Rashona to get her to talk? And nobody knew about Rashona and PPP loans. And if you notice, when Larry brought out PPP loans and before, Rashona's name never came up. I refuse to believe that Larry's dumb enough to not look up Rashona Landfair. Think about it. They didn't get Rashona Landfair because she said, nope, that's not me. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. We missed the ball because Larry said people are going to get prosecuted for the PPP loans if they don't do what's right. He said that 5 months before he went in. Now we look at Rashona Landfair and we find out she had PPP loans. So don't you think that that was an avenue that Larry gave to Angel Cruel to approach Rashona Landfair to make her testify and lie against R. Kelly? I sit back and I watch. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened, but how unlikely is it not? However, it worked. However, it worked. So guess what? Who's the clever one? I'm giving you possibilities. Once again, I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm giving you a possibility. At the end of the day, the smart thing, because I do it, I come out, I'm not going to give nobody away. I'm going to say this. Pay attention to everybody's movements. And that ain't dawned on me until I had to take the 6-hour break from everybody and everything. And I just had to sit and think. And then it's just start happening. Start coming to me. Start happening. It start coming to me. And I just said, wow. That could be a possibility. 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 But what make that possibility a strong possibility is because the feds deflected. Now, if we gonna talk truth, I thought the feds go through it all. So when I say some people were planted, I'll be the first one to tell the truth. Everybody was coming to me, Dana, that was a setup with the Walrus and her daughter and this and this and this and this and this. And I was defending her even when she crossed me. I said, nah, I can't see that. But now after watching the way the feds play, I can see that. I can see that. Because what, nobody out here thorough enough to do what I did. So what you do? You send people to act like they for Robert Sylvester Kelly. Because, you know, people ain't listening to what they really saying. And when they start saying stuff like, Robert Sylvester Kelly ain't worth being honored. His name ain't shit. He deserved being thrown under the bus. Ain't no honor in defending a pedophile. Then you hear shit like, oh, if they don't give me my credit, I'm going to bring back Me Too. I'm going to make sure Me Too hammers R. Kelly. Then you say shit like, then you hear shit like, I slap R. Kelly. Me and my family come before R. Kelly. Then you hear stuff like, R. Kelly ain't an innocent ass dude. See, he sing that song Prayer Change. He gonna need to sing that song Prayer Change because they gonna lock him up like Bill. R. Kelly's so stupid, man, over some pussy, man, over some little girl, man. Everybody know that R. Kelly got a problem. But then these same folks turn around and say, one man ain't no enterprise. Then they turn around and say, where are the parents? Waiting on the motherfucking lifetime check. Then you hear motherfuckers say, you know, because this ain't this and this ain't that. I'm telling you now, this is Kevin's blessings. And the government said, we got him. We seized the moment. We got him. Done. Do your thing. And what their whole MO was, Dana going back up. He going to retreat. Now I'm going to give you facts. Was I mad that I couldn't get off work for enough days to go to Chicago? Yes, I was. But God do things for a reason. If I would have went to Chicago, they would have had me locked up. The whole goal was to have myself and Hollywood Next locked up together. That's what their whole goal was. And as I sit back and watch different new avatars pop up and say, why he ain't come to Chicago? Or we had him lined up. How else can you line somebody up in federal court but to have them locked up? Make it make sense. Just like I wanted to get to DC bad, but I would have been locked up in DC too. So one thing I've learned to do is not question God's movement, even though it don't look right. In the long run, it is right. And to man, it wouldn't look right at all. But to God, in the long run, it was worth it. Look at it. Sylvia got her, what the Walrus got herself booked, and she had to pay a fine. And the first thing they said was, I did it. She get locked up at the courthouse. What did she do? She come to Atlanta, Newton County, and tell the judge, I did it. I'm going to give y'all a pointer. Y'all giving me more credit than I deserve. But like I said, if I did it, you would know. Because I will come public and tell you I did it. Just like I'm going to go public and I'm going to say this. I wish the feds would come and ask me, do I want to be a witness for them in Christopher Gunn's case? I will unleash hell and bring everything I got. So while you let the wolves and baboons run around talking about, oh yeah, Dana J is informed, I'm an individual one and doing this, keep believing that. I wish I was. He would never see the light of day again if I was. And I don't care who don't like it. Because when you play with me and mine, it's a different story. You invoke the whole nigga in me. You will invoke the whole nigga in me. And I'm going to make sure mine's protected before any of you. And I will hope anybody that have offspring will feel the same way. Where can I read the Bolsky charges? Oh, you got to go to Pacer. Or you got to get somebody that got it. But shit, I got majority of them anyway. So hit my email. I send them to you. This made me laugh, man. You know, this made me laugh, man. Check this out. It's a collective effort. Larry White will not go in vain. I'm sorry. Larry White will not go in vain. I will not let that happen. And I will fight tooth and nail for Bedbug to be convicted. I'm going to reach out to some people this weekend that have a bigger advocacy scale than I do. I will not let that rest. That baby didn't deserve that. Now, if Bedbug would have been honest and said, look, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. And if he would have went to the parents of Larry White and said, look, I totally apologize. And left it alone. And then when it came back up, he could have said, you know what? I apologize again. But no, he threatens the family of Larry White. He act like Miss Pat and them don't matter. That's not going to rock with me. Because it could have been my offspring. And then what made it worse is you go back in detail. So now, I don't even look at you as a bedbug. I look at you as a crumb level of Alpo. When you get away from something, you don't go back and pull back the scab that you created. You don't open that wound. And when Alpo went back and documented that Rich Porter situation, I said, ooh, that's dangerous. Because now you letting everybody know that you don't care. And you did it and you meant to do it. That's what I got out of it when Bedbug, aka pedophile, went back to the alley and dictated what happened frame by frame. So if you that bold to do that, I'm that bold to go the extra mile to make sure you get booked for that. And let me put this out here. When motherfuckers talk about, oh, I don't care, I don't rock with this person, I don't do this, I don't do that. That's your prerogative. If you ain't never put $1 in my pocket, I don't give a fuck what you say or do. If you ain't never had my back on shit, I don't give a fuck what you say or do. That's on God. But like I said, Gargamel comes on his channel and say he played stuff with from other bloggers. But are they lying? Me and Charisma, I don't even like her because of what she did to Tox. But every female ain't gonna say you are stalking them and their kids, and it don't be true. Jovi dictated a whole type situation. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm reaching out to Jovi because I want Jovi over here. I want to have an interview with Jovi. And Jovi will dictate what happened. So make this make sense. It's too much talking on the internet about I'll do this. R. Kelly is innocent. Okay, well, if you believe he's innocent, do something. Be like Nike and just do it. Avenatti got 31 charges dropped. Having nobody said shit about that. And I'm going to keep it real. The story got sent to me from somebody from Oak Cove. And their exact words was, we ain't going to talk about this. That's your job. And nobody on this side that claimed they for kills, except for me and Prima Donna, talked about it. At that time, Vi didn't have a page, but I'm quite sure Vi would have went all the way the fuck in. So, Dana, what are you saying? Is R. Kelly totally innocent? No. Nobody is totally innocent of anything. But did he do what they trying to say he did? Nah. Not at all. One thing is this. You can't be doing all that stuff and perform and rehearse and write and compose and arrange and have a regular life and do interviews. It's not enough time in a day. And what people don't know is every time a man ejaculates, it takes 7 hours off of his energy span. So he's tired. Make that make sense. That went over a lot of people's head. Make that make sense. So I'm gonna open up them phone lines for y'all. If y'all got something to say, call in. Only thing I say, be respectful. Be respectful. Call in number. Hold on. Let's take it back to the way it was. You feel me? Let's take it back to the way it was. Take it back to the way it was. The calling number's there. Yvette, what's up, Vet? The calling number's there. If you look over top of the live chat box, you got the calling number and you have that damn link. Call in. Express how you feel. I will say this. Don't be scared to call in or nothing. Don't be scared to call in. Nobody's going to be disrespected. And ain't nobody going to disrespect nobody. I don't know why people... What's going on? What's going on? Contender body more in the building. What's going on? I'm just saying, at the end of the day, we got to put things into motion. You feel me? Jason Lee, what's up? I appreciate it. Hold on. You're live on the Dana J Show. How can I help you, Colin?
What's going on with you, brother?
What's going on, bro?
Just calling to check in on you, that's all.
You know I'm live, right?
I know you live.
You do?
They know who you're talking to. It's all good. Keep putting the question out there and let them know. We've had the conversation about what needs to go down. Keep making it down that way. Understand one thing, that people are not going to rock with you because of the fact that when you're telling accurate information, they want to make you out to be the bad guy.
Facts.
If they can't be the bad guy, then guess what? They're not winning. So like I said before, keep doing what you're doing. You know, it's a lot of things that's going on with this man as far as how things were handled. I mean, it don't take a blind person to see what's going on. But understand one thing, karma's a mother. And for all of the folks that did all of the dirty things, mistrust and things that they did to this man that got him sitting where he's sitting there right now, you got to come back and eat that. You ain't got to hear me. You ain't got to believe me. Oh, man, you don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. You're right. I'll do just that. And we probably would never see what happens in the end. But when it's all said and done, trust and believe, you're going to eat what you serve. And as nasty as you made it up to be to serve to somebody else, for them to shove it down their throat, you're going to take the bigger chunk for it. So again, don't sweat the nonsense, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Get these folks their content. Let them know what's going on. Keep it positive. Like I always say, positive vibes, brother. Positive vibes. That's all it need to be.
Facts.
Hey, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. Let you do your thing. I just want to tap in with you. That's all.
All right, cool. And we got to talk about and tomorrow, and we got to do a joint show because we got to talk about some stuff that's going on in football.
These folks ain't ready for me to get activated because I'm activated right now.
Hey.
I'm got something I need to touch on that this big man guy is that he wanted to put out here talking about how folks from HBCUs need to shut the up. I'm like, okay, bro, we want to play that game. All right, let me go ahead and put my big boy boots on, get this traction going, and drop it out this week one time.
Facts.
Just saying, it's I can't deal with the. We want to tell stories from one angle and don't really look at it from both sides or get a real understanding of what's going on. Like I said, we've done that a little too long, a little too often. And people need to, we got to find some type of way to come together and get an understanding of exactly what's going on, so that we can move forward. Because right now we're doing it. We're going from side to side. That's all we're doing. We ain't advancing. We move from side to side. So when people ready to go ahead and look at it for what it's worth and get an understanding, and that's when we're gonna start moving forward. But like I said, people not gonna look at the real information and say, you know what, that man is a little bogus. We do need to pitch in now and try to fix this thing a little bit better than what we did. But they ain't gonna do it because they know you're there, and they'd rather see you wallow in misery because your good friend is sitting where he's sitting, and they feel like, hey, we did a disservice to him, and look what he got his boy. He's sitting right there doing this. Brother, like I say all the time, keep doing your thing, keep giving them that content, and let them understand what the real story is, and be that receipt guy that you are, providing facts.
Facts. You ain't never lied.
So, like I said, Tasha K, y'all gotta drop the shit. Y'all gotta put them nuke bombs over there on her, on Alicia. I mean, sorry, but it's time for some folks to get exposed. Just like how in the world Brett Favre get to walk into Jackson and take $7 million to go build a volleyball stadium, but you want to help Jackson State get a football stadium of their own.
Right.
Things that make you go, The good folks at Jackson sit down there with dirty water, and the governor got the money to get it taken care of, but refuses to do it. Make you say,
Definitely make you say,
Yeah. Yeah. It's time to get that work, bro. Go and give them that work. Go and give them that work. Nobody said it was going to be easy.
Facts.
Bro, your sleeves up, go to do it.
Facts.
All right, my brother. You have a good one, man.
All right, bro. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. I'm gone.
Shout out to brothers like that. That's Coach Walker. Call in, man. 404-914-7986. Call in. Or hit the link. That's what I'm saying. Everybody got to stop being scared to call in. Wow. This is crazy. You know what I'm reading right now, right? Is something from some alternate jurors that was on R. Kelly Chicago case, right? And I'm glad that Miss Bonjean put that out there because a lot of people was trying to come at them, and I said I stand with Jennifer Bonjean. I told Shabazz that. I told everybody that. So check one. Okay, cool. So my thing is the juror said, "Hi, this may be strange. This may be a strange message, but I was one of the alternate jurors for the R. Kelly case. I wanted to tell you that I think you are just amazing. I really admire your tenacity, confidence, and outfits. You and your team did such a wonderful job. I loved how you all worked together, and it was obvious that there's a great amount of respect and trust between you. I hope you all get to rest up before the next adventure. You deserved it." Then another one said, "Hello, I was one of the alternate jurors on the R. Kelly case, and I also wrote to Jennifer expressing the same. But I also wanted to tell you that I really admired y'all's strength. I really look forward to seeing you all work every day and felt invigorated when y'all were up to bat. I hope it's okay to follow you." Now, these are jurors, alternate jurors that followed Miss Bonjean, and I'm glad she X'd their names out because when it comes back around, if those that were alternates are picked for the main, then hey. And this is what I mean. And no matter if she's white, no matter if she's colored, I'm sorry. And no matter if she's Caucasian, and no matter if she's colored, she's fighting for somebody. And when people learn how to look past, hold on. So see, y'all talking about another situation. And okay. Like I said, she's fighting for somebody that we believe is innocent. So why do we have to sit back and pick and choose behind a race, a creed, or a color? Nah, that's not fair at all. But like I said, call in. Y'all in the chat talking, and the same people shouldn't call in all the time. But I asked y'all if y'all wanted me to bring back the calling number. Y'all say yeah. But it's the same people calling in. I don't want the same people calling in. Right, Stephanie, because I was sitting up there like, why is this being talked about now? Okay. Right, but that threw me off too. But I already knew about the Tiffany Haddish Ari Spears situation. When I came out the first time and told you that's what happened. Hold on. You're live on the Dana J Show. How can I help you, caller?
What up?
What's up, bro?
Not much, man. Just people, speaking on the Jennifer aspect that I was listening in on. And what a lot of people have to understand is what we see Jennifer doing, those people will consider going against the grain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it takes a lot of courage to stand up to this machine that she's standing up to. So, like I said the other day when I was just thinking about everything in its totality, and I really had to come to conclusion, I say, you know what? I say, this trial is about R. Kelly, but also they want to send a message to Jennifer because what she's doing and what she has been doing over the past years when it comes to our culture, they don't like that. And to be undefeated is something that they don't really like to see either. So if they could put a blemish on her record by staining her record the way that they just did, by cheating or illegally going around certain laws and statutes. But one thing I always like what Jennifer say, and if people just go back and listen to her throughout the trial, she always say, I'm putting it on record. Mm-hmm. This woman is very strategic. She knows what she's doing. And I like the fact that she fight, but I do understand. I think my perception of her is she understands the technicalities of the court. And when they violate, she put it on record.
Right.
And that she sets up the appeal to where it's without a shadow of a doubt, you know, it's going to be undeniable.
Facts.
You know,
and then there's no way that you can go against the appeal. But there's no way you can continue to find him guilty in that appeal.
No, because she's been notating every violation at the point of the violation. So every time she filed the motion, 9 times out of 10, there was something that took place at that moment that created prejudice against her client.
Right. Even when she filed for the mistrial.
Yeah.
At first, I didn't understand it, but then I said, hold on. Dana, take your emotions out of it and think and look at what she's saying. Then I said, oh. But then everybody talking about Daryl McDavid gave Kels a kiss. Was that a kiss of a friend or was that Judas?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a lot took place. I say you just got to people, you know, like you say, it's the emotional aspect that has to be removed and just look at it from the logical standpoint.
Right.
You know, this man coming there one day, he making Kels, he's characterized, he's giving R. Kelly characteristic that these people really didn't like. The way that he did, you know, the way that he explained R. Kelly in, you know, working with him, being around him, looking at him like a son, you know, even though he admitted, you know, sometimes Kel was big headed, but the more they worked around each other, the better their relationship grew. That kind of like put the government in a bad position anyway. But then the next day you turn around, you coming up for all the good you had said, you turn around and say just about the same as much bad.
Right.
Negative, you know, but you said enough good to make the jurors question, you know, give probable cause to question a lot of things.
Right.
But, you know, I think because I look back over all of her cases, and if you look at a lot of the cases she got overturned, it's the technical aspect of the cases that she come back in and say, y'all went about this the wrong way. You know, y'all overcharged this, and you know, you violated this. And it's just the Constitution is the Constitution. I don't give a damn if you the government or whoever.
Right. And then on top of that, because Sky Life here, and I'm gonna say, what's up, Sky Life? I know she gonna jump in this as
hey.
However, I just something is just not making sense to me. They charged him with RICO in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
They charged him with conspiracy in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I last recall, I'm gonna do a recap. R. Kelly was killed. R. Kelly is guilty on 3 of the 4 child pornography counts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And guilty on 3 of the 5 enticements of a minor counts, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Kelly was acquitted of conspiring to obstruct justice. Wait a minute.
And that's the whole basis of the case.
Wait, that's the RICO right there.
Right. You heard me say a couple of days ago, I say R. Kelly beat the RICO.
Right. And then conspiring to receive child pornography. That's the RICO right there. And receiving child pornography. Okay.
He beat that.
Okay, so guess what? Check this out. If Robert Sylvester Kelly is acquitted of conspiring to obstruct justice, why is there a Chicago case? Wait.
Mm-hmm.
If he's acquitted of conspiring to receive child pornography and receiving child pornography, how is he guilty of 3 of the 4 child pornography counts?
And don't leave out the simple fact that Jennifer said, how do you put charges? How do you bring forward charges from a accuser who's not even there?
Facts. Then let's go here. How can you bring forth charges for a female who lied under oath, which was all of them? And Rashana ain't know the real age of what anything happened. That means if you don't know the age of what happened, it didn't happen.
And why would the judge deny the specialist in there? Because that right there would have killed the whole aspect of this scenario with this tape situation. And you go look at it. The federal, if he was found not guilty on the state level, the federal shouldn't be able to bring that same case back, that same situation back. If it's the same evidence, that's double jeopardy. It's the same evidence. Brother, you can't do it just because you go from state to federal. It still don't make it a difference. But what we're looking at is, like I say, it's that power structure of the government trying to say, this is who we are.
And see, and it makes sense. Not to cut you off, bro, but it makes sense. Because Stephanie said you can't be found not guilty of a conspiracy and have a RICO. Now watch this. It makes sense why they wanted New York to go first.
Go first, exactly.
When Chicago picked them up and held them, no, I'm sorry. When New York picked him up, he was supposed to go to New York. Why was he held in Chicago when New York, the one that came and brought forth charges and picked him up first? It was New York that came and got him first, not Chicago.
And also, you gotta also go back when we talk about the New York shit. You got a Jane that was from Florida to California to Chicago. How did she get in New York?
Yep.
How did Pace get in New York?
Gloria Allred.
Even with Gloria Allred, they know they violated. Like Rose said, jurisdiction. Those people never even crossed state line into New York. You would have thought that it would have been a California case, it would have been.
Oh, go ahead.
Or you thought it would have been a California case or either a joint Chicago case. But the thing is, they looked at what they had, and I think they split the difference. We need to get this over here to try to strengthen this up, and then we'll leave this right here, because at the end of the day, they all on the back end saying, look, well, we fall short that we just gonna pull the string. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Sky Life.
Who got it? What's good, Dana J and Big Vi?
But for people to, this woman,
can you hear me?
Hold on. Say something, Sky Life.
Can you hear me?
Vi,
yo.
All right. Yeah,
you got me?
Yeah.
Hey, Chad. Hey, Dana, Big Bad, what's going on?
What's going on?
What's
I ain't
going
been able
on?
to catch it. That's why I said, let me get on here. I said, I caught him. What's good?
Man.
Not much.
And just pretty much breaking down like the bullshit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, there's plenty of that.
she played them at they played themselves. Whatever everything that they did to I always look at it like this. You know how you want to get at somebody so bad when y'all about to get into a situation, you want to fight, you overly aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't the government was overly aggressive to the point to where everything that they did is gonna backfire. Mm-hmm. Because now Chicago is gonna vindicate New York.
Yep.
It's crazy.
I pray that happens. I pray that they because they were saying the authentication occurred, but like you said, I was also being told, because I'm not caught up on all my readings, I was told that they denied the analysts to come in as well. So I gotta see what's going on with that, because if that's the case, that's definitely gonna be a part of her appeal, you know.
Right. And the judge said that the witness will authenticate. That's what he said out of his mouth. And it was on
what he say?
Back to Jason Meisner, them tweets Dana probably got it on one of them live when the question came up about the tape situation. He said, "Well, don't worry about that. The witness are authenticated."
And this is the thing: she can authenticate herself being on the tape, but she can't. Is this monetized, Dane? I need to know how to talk.
Yeah, it's monetized.
Okay. So let me put on my educational voice. Okay, so
I just go, bro. I minimize my cussing because I know Vi gonna pick up the slack.
Right. Look, that's why I'm like, I was just gonna hit one. That's why I was like, hold on.
The tape. Yeah. So we gotta just
Yeah, I'm scared of that. So but I'm saying she can authenticate herself being on the tape, but she cannot authenticate the actual tape. Okay, now that I don't understand.
All right, so
know, because she's not.
Oh,
know, I mean, she could say that she was in the video. She could do all of that, but in regards to the actual tape, I got to get some more information about that.
All right, so watch this, Skylife. What happens when you authenticate the tape, right? Or you authenticate yourself, or you authenticate yourself in the tape, right? What happens when you do that? And then on top of that, it turns out not to be the correct tape.
Oh, you look like a fool.
And because Rashona's saying, that's me on the tape, but everybody that had the tape said it was Robert Kelly, Lisa Van Allen, and his ex-wife. So where are you at, Rashona?
And not only that, like going into the court. Now, when you talk about evidence, right? Even you hear this all the time when it comes to crime scenes and everything. Don't touch no evidence. Leave everybody where they at. Leave everything in place. So, with that being said, coming in that court with a diss, that's a problem.
Right. That's broken chain of custody.
And I'm so pissed. You guys just don't know how mad I'm furious about Jimmy not getting on the stand. I mean, people don't understand. For everybody who has been following this case, and even people who were following the 2002 trial, this guy has been the catalyst of being pressure to Kels, even when nobody else was adding pressure to him. And then when it's time for you to get on the stand, the stand that really counts, coming to the legal courtroom to solidify what you've been saying for all these years, you want to duck and say you was a journalist? You want a journalist pass? I want to say something so bad, but I'm gonna just say N-word, please. Stop it. Are you kidding me? Like, how dare you? You tamper with evidence. You wrote books. Were you a journalist when you were tampering with evidence? Were you a journalist when you were collecting the money for your books? And that's what I don't even, that's how you know, everyone, that this stuff isn't right, because why would the judge agree to that?
And
He is a direct part of this case.
If you look at it, Barry and Demetrius with the Susan Logan situation, they was using Derek Goddess for the press, for the media exposure.
Y'all, oh.
What up,
But
Sky
it's all about that. It's all about that power, the government flaunting their power around.
Sky,
you know?
Oh, I'm sorry, bye. Sky Zone in the building. I got both of the skies. I got Sky Life and Sky Zone. Tell you.
Hey, Sky Zone.
You know how all of a sudden the power go out in one of the most prestigious buildings in Chicago. The building that got so many innocent people locked up. They got free money coming in every day. All of a sudden, the power, you have electrical issues the day that Jim's supposed to be in court testifying right after putting his motion in. I ain't buying it.
I'm definitely not.
Y'all, I'm just disgusted by him. I mean, and people don't understand. It's like little things answers that we crave that he could have answered and provided to this case. For him to just duck, but see, that lets you know that he's not 100. Because why, when it comes to time for you to get on the official stand, you duck and you want to play dodgeball? He's not right.
Yeah. And not only that, Sister Sky, the dude make one of the most heinous accusations that I've ever heard about his window being shot out in 2008. And he didn't blame that on R. Kelly? Come on, man.
And that's another thing. He gonna say that they trying to bring up because they did something to his picture window, but it didn't stop you from putting pressure on Kels. If you are afraid of something and somebody's people, you shut your mouth. You don't keep talking and adding pressure to Kels. So why do you leave the Kels case alone? Why don't you continue to talk about it if it's such a dangerous topic?
So I got a question, Sky. You in Chicago, right?
No, I moved, but I'm back and forth.
Okay. And you still know people. Hold on, one caller at a time. One call at a time.
Yes, I still know people in Chicago.
Right. Bob, what is you doing?
Right. What is that?
Yeah, I'm at work.
Oh, okay.
He's stirring grits or something.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That nigga in the bowl like.
That's some paper, man. Filing some paper.
Boy, you ain't doing doing paperwork.
I look. Check this out, Sky. And you know people in Chicago, right?
Uh-huh.
Have you heard of them tearing up the streets of Chicago and behind that guilty verdict?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I ain't heard nothing. No.
Okay, so is it safe to say that as a whole city, Chicago don't give a damn about Robert Sylvester Kelly? However, it's pockets of people that live in Chicago that really love Robert, that bump Kelly music, and that really want to see him free. Is that a fair statement to make?
Let me put it to you like this. That's kind of fair, but you also, this is what I've been trying to explain to you for years.
One caller at a time.
Oh, somebody trying to call in?
Yeah, go ahead.
What I've been trying to explain to you for years now is that Chicago has a plethora of social ills. Okay, so when you look at murder, the R word, Just any crime you could think of, it happens in Chicago. Okay. And then you have to also understand Chicago is it's not a it's a hater city. You know what I'm saying? It's not, we don't love each other. It's the city of Vikings, you know. May the best Viking win. So when you're in a situation like that, for one, Kels is gonna be seen, they're gonna be jealous of him because they know his status and they know he is the king of R&B. But you know, as we see now, you have some men that are jealous of him just because of his status and the fact that, you know, he had the ability to get women, and some of them probably didn't. And then you have some that, a lot of people love Kels because a lot of people don't know exactly what he's going through. The only thing, if you and I put this on anybody anywhere, start asking people, why was he taken down? And I promise you, most of them people are gonna give you the response of, or what was he charged with? They're gonna say something, he slept with little girl or something with the M word. You know what I'm saying? They don't really know.
Right.
So it's like, people love him, but we are suffering. We trying to survive right now, Dana. You see what I'm saying? Right. Everybody up there is trying to survive. I mean, the killing is not even the killing and the carjacking, and the level of violence is really off the meat rack. Like I'm not even lying. You guys see it on TV, and a lot of the crimes that happen there don't even make the news. Okay, when you go over a weekend and you get a number of like 50 shootings, 4 dead. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? That's a city in chaos. So if it was a different time, I think we would have more of a response for Kels, but people really don't even know why what he's going through. They don't know about this until we tell them.
All right, now watch this. This is what I mean when I say pitiful. You ain't gonna have the king of the city, the prince of the city, be taken out of the city, and you don't care enough to follow what's going on with him. Something ain't right somewhere. How you gonna say you love him when you ain't even following him?
Well, see, this is the problem that happened with Kels. Kels, he was in the city, he was active, he was around. Then the next thing I know, people telling me rumors like, Kels, yeah, he be sitting outside on the bench outside of the Trump. He just be downtown sitting outside of the Trump. Downtown sitting on benches, like, you know, wandering around. I'm like, really? And then, you know, all of a sudden he moved to Atlanta. So there was like a disconnect between us and him. Plus, guess what? His music stopped. When Kels was doing albums, he had the city. You know, there was nobody that had the radio station like him. Not Twister, not any of the famous stars. Common. Nobody had the radio stations like Kels.
Wait.
So there was a disconnect when he kind of stopped doing music.
Wait, Sky. His music ain't never stopped. Only in the 90s, and between that gap between 12 Play and TP2. That's when it stopped. No. Which album I Believe I Can Fly came out on?
Ooh, don't have me lying there. I'm not a Kels scholar.
Right.
Chat, help us.
Right, because see, Michael Jordan had to vindicate him and bring him back. And because Elton John had him blackballed. And because he wouldn't do the gay ball and for Elton John.
Oh. Well, see, it seemed like that was a period where, like you said, he still had spins, but like new music. And then it was like it went silent or something. He went silent.
Yeah.
What you just said, that name you just said. Elton John.
Right.
Now that's the same name that Gayle King called her before she did the interview with R. Kelly.
Of course. Elton John had it out for R. Kelly for years.
He sure did. I remember that. Now that you say that, you start that.
Right.
You're right.
And when I tried to break it down when it first, when all this stuff first started happening, everybody, you got to understand, the gatekeepers are going to stick up for the gatekeepers. Elton John, Quincy Jones, P. Diddy, they all going to stick up for each other.
And they definitely matter.
Right.
And then the thing is, because I'm not gonna lie to you, it seemed like his music, from my vision, the music stopped.
And
I was getting rumors about him sitting on benches downtown.
96 for the R album. That's what it was. Okay. But they saying it in the chat, Sky. Sorry to cut you off.
96?
Yeah. And
okay.
It was that one little period. And because Elton John had Rob blackballed to the point where they wasn't going to play nothing else. And then Michael Jordan brought him back with that I Believe I Can Fly. And that's when he took back off again.
Okay.
And now it makes sense because when that happened, Elton John and Quincy Jones tried to go at Michael Jordan.
Wow.
Now it makes sense. Okay.
Now, when did he move to Atlanta? Because all of a sudden it's like it died down. I'm getting rumors of him just being downtown on benches. And then next thing I see, he pops up on the internet saying somebody broke into his house in Atlanta. So I had lost track of him. So so there was like a disconnect. And then, the rumors have never stopped about him, but the hate really didn't come for those who wanted to hate him. You see what I'm saying? When people not for you, they not for you. Once the document of lies came on, the people who wanted to grab onto that and believe that they did. But overall, people love Chicago. I mean, they love Kels, but it's not, and I understand what you're saying. There's not a lot of people showing it, but when you have to factor in everything that we going through, Kels is just not going to sit at the top. You know what I'm saying? It's just his image. He got a chink in his armor. You see what I'm saying?
Scott,
his image has to be rebuilt.
Scott, listen to what I'm about to say to you. Love is an action word.
Yes.
That's something that you show. That's not something that you say.
But you got to understand, Chicago don't love no one. They don't. Have you ever heard if you talk to an artist, they will tell you that I moved out of Chicago because Chicago don't support their own city. You ever heard that?
Don't know cities support their own city. Okay, let's go here. The only way a city is going to support their city is if you move out and come back. Move out, make it, and come back. In Baltimore, nobody supported Drew Hill. They had to
see what you're saying. Yeah.
Now that they came back, even though majority of them don't live in Baltimore, let something happen to any one of them groups. I mean, any one of them members of Drew Hill. Oh, hell gonna break loose.
Yeah.
Let something happen to Tanya Blunt. Oh, hell gonna break loose. Let something happen to Mario. Oh, hell gonna break loose. Let something happen to me or Donovan. Oh, hell gonna break loose. Let something happen to Motown, Romy, or Lawrence. Oh, hell is gonna break loose.
Yeah.
R. Kelly is bigger than everybody I just named. By far.
Well, this is the thing.
The least thing Chicago can do is get buck for R. Kelly in the way they got buck for George Floyd.
It's not in this day and age. Like, you have to understand right now. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand, Dana. Right now, stop the violence. We trying to live. Police, stop the police brutality. Stop the black on black violence is prevalent. That's what's trending in the city. But I promise you, nobody is thinking about it. Cares. Nobody is thinking about anything other than surviving at this time.
But you're proving my point without saying it. And I get
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying if times were different and it wasn't, if we weren't dealing, Chicago we're going through an illness, Dana. Like, we aren't the same. We aren't what we used to be.
Okay, let's go here. And this is me talking. I'm not saying it's facts. But this is me talking, and this stands for me. If I'm in trouble and nobody want to stand up on the front line for me when I'm in trouble, why the hell will I need you to stand up on the front line and for me and when everything is going good?
Well, see, this is the thing too, and I totally agree with what you're saying. I totally agree, but like I said, also, people don't know about the case. They have no clue. My close friends that are close to me that don't like Kels, they don't even discuss it with me. But
Now,
they want to hold on to the old lies and the old rumors and innuendos, but people don't really know what he's in there for. They don't know what's happening to him.
but now watch this. Here's where I flip the script. And the script go like this. It's not that they don't know what's happening to him. That's the undertone. Let's get the real tone. Nobody gives a fuck what's happening to him because it's not them. It's not nobody that they care about. And because a lot of people couldn't get next to him or sway him or do things the way they wanted him to do, now it's fuck him.
I mean, well, that too, but at the same time, like I said, there's no love in the city. We don't love each other. Like Chicago's not how I go to some southern towns and I walk down the street and people saying hi. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm looking like, do I know you? We don't do that. When we walk down the street in Chicago, our head is basically either straightforward. We're not catching eyes. We're not stopping saying, hey, how you doing? Where are you going? We're not doing none of that. We're not a friendly city. So when you have that dynamic, plus people hate on Kels, and people don't, I promise you, Dana, they do not understand what he is going through. They think it's the still same old allegations. And then when stupid New York brought back Aaliyah, they still think it's the same stuff.
So can I
not knowing that this obstruction case that they just tried to stretch, that he just beat that,
So can I ask you and Vi a question? And can I ask you, Vi, and the chat a question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They say you got to believe a dead person, right? And Greg Landfair. So allegedly, Greg Landfair is supposed to have wrote this crazy ass letter, right? Wrote, and before he died. And the government say you have to believe that. If that's the case, why can't we believe Aaliyah when she said nothing ain't never happened? So now are we picking and choosing which dead person that we want to believe and then overriding what Aaliyah said and say, oh no, R. Kelly guilty anyway? How do you do that?
Well, let me say this because I'm going to have to go and grab something to eat. I'm going to say this. To my understanding, now I'm not sure, but to my understanding, it's called a dying declaration. And I believe it has to be written or either recorded. Now we have to ask a legal Smeagol to verify that, but that's my understanding. It has to be either recorded or written. Now, the fact of what Aaliyah said, that's okay, but she said it in jest. Now, if they would have came to her in a situation where it might have been like a
Guys on, they came to her directly.
This Sky Life.
I'm sorry, but I'm thinking about Sky's on the chat. I'm sorry. But they came to her directly and asked, and she said nothing never happened.
Right, but she has to, it needs to be like in an official capacity. So like if was it during an investigation that they asked her, or was it just unjust?
I believe that was during investigation time, right before they tried to bring charges.
Okay. So maybe it would have stood then, because I believe it has to either be like recorded like during an official investigation, and this is this person's statement. So let's say I'm about to be sick or something, or I might be at my death's bed. They'll have the people come in and record my statement, or either take what I wrote and that would stand. So it's certain things that are taken into consideration, but that's just my answer though.
I'm glad you said that because there was no dying declaration signed.
Right.
Oh.
How you? I mean, you have a heart attack. I mean, how you have a dying declaration? You ain't on life support. I mean, you ain't. You know, they ain't say you got 30 days to live. You know, this man just all of a sudden died
after visiting by the feds. After getting a visit by the feds.
Yeah, I believe that they put him into that.
Fair thus far. And with that being said, you can't trust nothing from them. And if the key witness is the key witness, why the hell did she ask for immunity for her whole family?
If you tell the truth and you don't need immunity.
Yeah.
For the family. She wanted a family pack of immunity. This ain't Popeye. I guess it was.
I'm just saying, Scott, life is like when you look at certain things, it just don't look right.
I mean, nothing in this case looks right. I truly believe in my mind
about it. That's the goodness about this case, the stuff that don't look right. Because it's gonna make sense when it all come to a head. All the actions, it's the government's actions that don't look right.
none of it. I mean, in my mind, I truly believe that they went and got that man's statement. I believe that raised his anxiety and sent him to his death early, because people have to understand how embarrassed he has to be.
Skylife. And if you believe that, I got some oceanfront property in Idaho I want to say.
You don't think that they sent him into a heart attack or whatever?
Then they investigated again in like 2015 to 16. They kept trying to bring charges against this man for like 2 or 3 times after the 2008 trial that never came forward. Only until the daddy died. Now all of a sudden the charges come forward.
Like I say, Skylife, if you believe that he just died, I got some oceanfront property in Idaho I want to sell you.
And Dana, don't
so y'all think y'all people, they put the whammy on him or something? Is that what you're trying to say?
Don't forget
the
Linda
same way
Minch.
they got Kevin Hart, and the same way they got Linda Minch, and the same way they got Jack Palladino.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
And you got to pay attention. And you got 3 mysterious deaths
involving this case.
Right. Involving this case. And then you want to bring charges. Come on, man.
The daddy, Linda Minch, Palladino.
And all of them was in a span of 3 years apart.
That's pitiful. Nothing in this case is right. But that's and like Big Vash said, that's the glory of it.
That's the glory of it. Yes, that's it. That's why you glow. You glow.
Also, if it was cut and dry, it'd be hard for them. I don't know. They think that we crazy anyway, but the small fine details that we look at, they don't understand it. They try to minimize it and ignore it. But to me, those are the profound things about the case.
Hey, Sky, like this, Sky. Come on. I got a stolen car. Come on, let's see how far we can get in.
Right.
It's a stolen case. They try to see how far they can get in this stolen case.
But I said
eventually.
But I said Kevin Samuels, didn't I, EJ?
You didn't say Kevin Samuels. You said Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Oh, I meant Kevin Samuels. I'm sorry.
Kevin Samuels.
Damn.
I would start thinking, I'm like, Kevin Hart died? But I'm like, nah, he ain't talking about Kevin Hart.
Yeah, but with the Linda Minch and Jack Palladino, and I mean, Jack Palladino would have been so. I mean, his note taking was so great. I mean, documents.
But you know what? Go ahead, Vi, because you just speak.
But one thing one thing that I do understand is I always go back, which I played the other night on my live, the interview when people said Sony supported R. Kelly in 2008. I let people hear for themselves what R. Kelly said about Sony in the record label. They did not support him.
Send it to me.
Until it's the Travis Smiley interview.
Okay.
You go to that Travis Smiley interview.
Okay.
He said the record labels wanted him to not put no music out. They didn't want him doing nothing. He said just like a soldier at war. He said a soldier's not gonna put his sword down in the midst of a war. He said my music was my weapon. So why would I stop making music when I'm in the midst of a war? He said he put out Ignition. He said Ignition went platinum. He said all of a sudden the phone started ringing. It's the record label. Hey, we need to do an album shoot. We need to do a photo shoot. We need to do a video shoot. He said them people, they weren't fucking with him until he put that remix to Ignition out and it went platinum. So people got to stop getting on that notion saying Sony was supporting him because they wouldn't. When they saw the success of that record, then they came back around and got behind him. And this is why you see in 2019, 18, 19, they shut the music down because they knew if he would have did the same thing he did, guess what? Who's gonna be backing him again? Sony.
Right.
And that's why I promise you, that's why Kels didn't get a bond, y'all, because they knew he was making the album on bond. He was gonna make that money just like that. And they knew that if he didn't have the dividends, it's harder to win the case. They knew that. That's why they stopped his money in the first place and then didn't give him a bond to get out the second time. So it was all a mad mess of lies. But let me get out of here though. I'm gonna get something to eat. But I'm gonna catch y'all on the next round. Dana J, Big Vi, and chat.
I appreciate you.
All right, take care. See you next time.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna let somebody else call in, but like I say, man, them people too, they sat around for all these years after 2008, and you know they on the board playing, they dropping chess beat, they playing chess. You know, they started coming up with scenarios. Well, this scenario. If we do this, well then what about this? And if we do that, this is strategic strategizing. But at the same time, you can't strategize without violating this man's constitutional rights.
Right.
Once you cut off his income, you silence him, he have freedom of speech. You know, you bring him back, you go around the Fifth Amendment by bringing an obstruction charge, which he beat the RICO part of the case.
Right.
But you bring this tape on the back end. Right. But he beat the tape in state court, so how could you come back in federal court and charge him for the same thing?
But that's violating the Fifth Amendment. That's what people don't say. But the Fifth Amendment do not have a clause in it where it says you can go to another jurisdiction. The Fifth Amendment is straightforward. It's cost straightforward. You cannot. It don't say you cannot, or it don't say you can if you go to another jurisdiction. No, it don't say that. It specifically say you cannot retry somebody amongst their faith, liberty, or whatever. But matter of fact, I'm saying it my way, and that's not the exact way it's said. But if you go look at the Fifth Amendment, it clearly do not give a clause or wiggle room where you can go up or down. No, it's straight.
Right. And it also says that you cannot even if you hold on, let me see. It say the law say a person cannot be tried twice for the same crime. Once the crime has been acquitted, found not guilty, they cannot prosecute again, even if new evidence emerged or they later confess.
Mm-hmm.
So what you just saw in this trial that just passed, they claim to bring new evidence supposed to be clear, right?
Right.
But you can't bring new evidence in on the same on the same account that he was acquitted for on the state level, all by bringing in the obstruction, which he beat the obstruction again, which proved he didn't obstruct in 08.
Right.
So
go ahead, bro.
They gonna have to explain this to appellate court. I'm hoping they go to the Supreme Court. I would love to see the Supreme Court look at this and really just put these people in their place, because what they did is they made a mockery of our justice system. I tell everybody, our justice system is perfect, but when it's ran by corrupt people, that's what makes it bad.
And then it also says no person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime, which Robert was made held, unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces. Didn't this case arise in the land? And then it says, or in the militia. When in actual service in time of war or public danger, nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb. That's the same offense twice. Nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself. And that's what they try to do, but they tried to compel him and to be a witness against himself. Nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law.
Due process right there.
And they deprived his life, they deprived his liberty and his property, and without due process of law. Then it says, nor shall private property be taken for public use. Okay, what are they taking? But they taking his funds, but they took everything, and now they trying to put it for public use without just compensation. Okay, so if they took it and without just compensation, what are y'all compensating him with?
That's the commissary.
This is why I say what I say. We don't got time to deal with the drama. As I was looking for something, but I seen it pop back up. Man, let them people be. We don't got time for them drama ass people. We got work to do.
Yep.
Let Dribble Lip say what he say. Let him be about what he gonna be about. Hell with Dribble Lip.
Man, you just, for the most part, and most importantly though, man, you just have to, I know it's hard and I know it's gonna be difficult, but somehow you're gonna have to figure out how to just, side out to a lot of this stuff, because most importantly, your platform, like other platforms, have a lot of eyes on it that a lot of people see. And, when, doing y'all thing, I don't get in the midst of none of that.
Right.
But at the same time, if your purpose is going to be greater than what you serving right now, then you're going to have to change it and do it in a different way, because you want it to be a professional. You don't want people to come, because like you say, you never know who's looking on here. Right. How many people, everybody in this chat can say, we like when Ro come on here, because Ro break it down. I would love to hear Ro's opinion about everything that it took place, because he breaks it down real good for us. But at the same time, the stage has to be set for those type of interviews and people to come. So people come and they know what's going on. Just like, I'm gonna make this point before I get off here. You see how you just open the phone line for 30 minutes, ain't nobody call?
Mm-hmm.
Let it would have been some drama and bullshit. You wouldn't have been able to get, your phone would have been ringing so much, you probably, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
When it's the drama, everybody calling, everybody got something to say, everybody got an opinion. But when it's time to speak up in a positive manner, in a positive light, and this don't go for people who do have an opinion, but I'm talking about just people pay attention. If we gonna move in a positive direction, it has to be in a positive direction. It can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because everybody that's been following this sector has sacrificed some, but not everybody has lost. Not everybody that lost in this sector, but everybody have sacrificed time, energy, efforts trying to do something right. For me, I done got overwhelmed at this point, so I gotta just go back and just reset my time clock, because I'm passionate about what I do.
Right.
Because I guess what? I got 5 sons plus myself. that's out here in this world that got to navigate through these same obstacles that Kale navigated through. But guess what? I got to be able to see the people around me and make sure I'm putting myself in the best position. See, when you on here, you do what you do. Every time you create a situation, every time a situation come about with somebody on these YouTube streets, you create people around you that can put you in position to where at the end of the day, who has always lost in this game that you've been playing with these people on YouTube? You lost your job, lost your house, your kids then got dragged in this. Too much of your personal life has come into this YouTube streets. Because I understand you're an alpha male. I gotta stand up for myself. Somebody say something to me, hey, I'm Dana J. Not gonna let you disrespect me. But sometimes when you know your enemy, you gotta play them at their own game. All right, good day. I heard what you said. I'm not gonna even entertain you. Because your biggest purpose for coming here was to free your guy, Kale. The reason why people follow you because of Kale. Now, we gonna stand behind you. People gonna support you because they don't like to see what people do to you. But at the same time, when you show your followers that you're not bothered by these people, guess what? Your followers ain't gonna be bothered by these people. People sending you stuff that other people say, screenshot it, coming from one chat to another chat. Them people not for you, bro. Because a real friend ain't gonna want to see you out here doing some things that could get you off this street. You done lost the whole channel. You know what? If you would have been just listening to yourself and doing what you wanted to do, you wouldn't have lost that channel. But sometimes I understand it get hard to just stay away from people sometimes when they saying so much stuff about you. But at the same time, if Jesus Christ would have came to the devil, would he have gave his only son to save everybody else? He wouldn't have had a choice. He wouldn't have had that option. But no matter how many times the devil tried to get in, he kept kicking him out. Sometimes when you understand your enemy, you have to play your game. Never play their game. You can't invite me to your playing field if I got my own. You my big bro. I respect you. And I say loyalty because that's how we started. And that's how we gonna end on loyalty. I ain't gonna ever come on here and argue with you. None of that. But I'm your guy.
Right.
That's clear. Ain't nobody gonna come bringing me shit. Come talk about Dana. Whatever. Not on my platform. But at the end of the day, what you talking about tonight gotta be the direction you move forward. Because if you gonna make a change, people gonna follow you. But you ain't gonna lead. You can't lead your followers into a hellhole. Everybody want to see the same thing. Vindication. Everybody want to see Kel get out. And they want to see your platform help him get out. They want to see your platform bring awareness. But the only way we gonna do it, we gotta change our focus. And like you just said, we got to change our focus. We can't keep playing with these people. Can't keep going back and forth with these people. Because misery love company. Them people that's being messy, guess what? They've been there since they've been on here. It ain't going to change. That's a fact. So we're going to continue to do what we're doing. You lead the way, because you started this SHIT. So
you're a fool with that.
So you started this. Hey, you can't go down on, you can't end on your goddamn back. Stand on your feet like a man and finish it. You know what? Apologize to all your support, your fans, and guess what? Let us know what you're gonna do moving forward. I'm not entertaining. People can say what they want to say. That BS that you, with the recording and putting it out tomorrow, people waiting on you to put out the recording tomorrow, man, you know what about you? Man, leave it alone, bro.
Nah, I gotta do that.
It's only gonna create and keep on going back and forth. Nope. It's never gonna end.
Nope, it's gonna put the nail in the coffin. Can everybody go and see what it was and what was said, but then who it was? Straightforward. Ain't gonna be no cut and dry, and people can take it from there.
But you know what though? You've been telling and proving people. You've been telling people truth for the last 3 years. And what? Guess what? No matter how much you prove to these people what these other folks do, guess who they still blame for it? They blame you.
Yeah.
No matter how much truth you show these people, somehow you still responsible for their action. So at the end of the day, one thing I know, if no matter what I do and everything I do goes in vain, then I might well not even do nothing.
Nah, but see,
I show that to my people. As long as my people know.
Can that's what it's for. If it's for anything else, I don't give a hell about them.
But
it's for all of y'all.
But I don't even, I ain't got it. I already know, man.
Right.
And then when you know how other people move and what other people do, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to, somebody can call and say, well, this is, well, I know Dane J. Well, somebody say Dane J call somebody a B word, whatever, I say, shit, they must have said something went on, you know what I'm saying? I know Dane. You can't get called to tell me anything and me just go, chip off and go off on deep end. But at the same time, when you understand your opponent, you are a step ahead of them. You play chess, you don't make your next move. You don't make a move just to set up your next move. You thinking 2 to 3 moves ahead. So when you know your opponent, you got to always be 2 to 3 moves ahead. Going forward, it got to be positive and it got to be in a different direction, man. I'm just puzzled how you opened the line, and I mean, it didn't ring. It didn't ring. Not saying that nobody didn't try to call in after I called, but I waited a little bit just to see was it gonna ring.
And that's why I opened the lines up just to see if it was gonna ring. And the minute I said not the same people, I'm just like, if you can talk in the chat and you can call in. If you want to hit the link, and you don't gotta make yourself visible just to talk. So trust me.
Oh, yeah.
Everything I do is for a reason, as you know.
That's it, man. This your house, bro. You run it the way you run it. Don't let a motherfucker come and get rent-free space.
Never that.
That's it. Hey, man. Hey, I see y'all. All the Dream Team people. I see y'all when I return. But until then, hey, I'll just be around in the bushes listening, man.
Bye, going live tonight, y'all.
Shit, no. I'm gone, man. I'm gone. I need about a 30-day hiatus or something.
Nah, but you know I'm gonna hold it down. You know I got it.
Oh yeah. When I come back, just know what? I'm coming back slapping holes and slamming doors.
You know I got it. You know what I mean? You know I always hold it down over here.
All right, bro.
All right, bro. I appreciate Big Vibe. Call in or hit the link. Like I said, everything I do is for a reason. And one thing I'm not trying to do is force nobody to do nothing. But on the same token, I don't want people to be like, oh, Dana don't open the call lines no more. No, because when I do, don't nobody want to call. But y'all can have 9,000 conversations in the chat. Y'all can use that same energy and call in. Anywho, moving forward. Going forward, we're going to talk about some cases. I'm going to drop this thing on Gayle King. That's going to shock a lot of you. That's going to shock a lot of you. And it's going to show why Gayle King is against Robert. It's crazy. Simply put, and we got to pray for each other's strength, because some people, you know, is strength level is not tolerated or is not as in depth as others. And that's one thing that I understand, things that's going on. However, going forward, like I said, we're going to talk about some cases, like one that just happened on Friday in Baltimore. I mean, Monday in Baltimore, yesterday. And we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about the Ari Spears, Tiffany Haddish case. Oh, yeah. And we're going to talk about that and why that was dropped. I told y'all from the jump. I know Tiffany Haddish character. I never met Ari Spears, but I know Tiffany Haddish. I knew Tiffany before she was Tiffany. And we traveled the cities together. And we did one play together. And we talked a lot. Offset, on camera, behind the scenes, dressing room, and we had a chance to talk. And if I'm not mistaken, this the same lady that asked Tiffany, can she be her roadie on the play What My Husband Don't Know? That's where I met Tiffany at. Shout out to David E. Talbert. That's where I first met Tiffany at. And Tiffany has never been anything different but Tiffany. She might have looked differently, but she never been nothing different. Anything different than Tiffany. So, like I say, I stand for what's right. Anything else, you can miss me with. So we're going to go that route. It's 12:17. Oh, for real? I'm about to get up off here. Y'all know how it is. Wait a minute. Hold on. Once again, I'm going to end like this. They convicted Kelly of 3 of the 4 child pornography counts. Jane, Pauline, and Nia. All 3 of them were found to be liars. All 3 of them got immunity. Jane got the most immunity. He was also found guilty on 3 of the 5 enticement of minor counts, which included Jane, Pauline, and Nia. So, of course, you're going to find them guilty on enticement because you found them guilty on child pornography. Now, here's the flip side of it. The way the government and the defense agreed on the jury questionnaire was, if you can find beyond a reasonable shadow of doubt that R. Kelly and his co-defendants are guilty of the sex tapes 1, 2, 3, and 4, you must find him not guilty. But if you find him guilty on those, then if you find him and his co-defendants guilty on those, you must rule guilty. The last minute, the judge changes the wording from "and" to "or." When Judge Levenweather changed the wording that went from "and" to "or," that now means tapes 1 or tape 2 or tape 3 or tape 4. You must find them guilty. But how can you change the wording of what the prosecution and the defense agreed on? I just want y'all to think about that. Next thing I want y'all to think about is this right here. R. Kelly is acquitted of conspiring to obstruct justice. That's what this case was about. He was acquitted of conspiring to receive child pornography. That's what this case was about. Hold on. You're live on the Dana J Show. How can I help you?
Hey Dana, hi Dream Team. This is Stephanie.
Hey Steph.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I think we're all just simply still trying to digest what has happened.
Okay.
And in regards to the tapes, I'm still trying to figure out what was on the tapes that they showed the jurors, how many tapes they showed the jurors, because when you listen to Michael Avenatti, there's several discrepancies in regards to what tape they were showing.
Facts.
And I know Banjine in one of the transcripts, she had mentioned that she had an issue with how they would show the jurors the tape and how she would confirm what they were showing the jurors.
Right.
So just wanted to, call and ask a couple of questions. That was really about it.
But with that being said, how can you show the tape, right?
Right.
How can you show a tape with a 17-minute clip of all 4 tapes?
And see, that was one of the issues that I had, because on one of his, well, actually on a couple of his, news reports or whatever, one of the little news reports he had, he was saying that if there was like a 55-minute tape, and then there was either a 37-minute tape or a 48-minute tape. Mm-hmm. So he's kind of all over the place. So I'm like, well, how are they confirming all of this?
Well, let's go here. How did the tape now have audio when the tape back then didn't have audio?
Absolutely. That's another issue that I had. So I don't understand how jurors can competently find somebody guilty on tapes that they said were not the original tapes, but then you bring Rashana in to verify that this is her on the tape.
But then
I'm just kind of confused.
But then watch this. Not only do you bring Rashona in and to verify that that's her on a tape, but then you bring Homeland Security behind it and behind her, and the Homeland Security person say, we can't authenticate this. And then we can't find tape number 4. And then behind that, and you bring in Keith Morrell. And Keith say it wasn't no child.
Don't forget Jim. Yeah, don't forget Jim Derogatis.
No, because see, for the whole Jim sideshow, that was a distraction. They wanted that to go on, and so people can forget about what Keith Morrell was saying.
Right.
And Keith said, yeah, I got a tape, but there was no child porn on there. Now watch this. I kept telling everybody that Chuck Freeman went to Lisa Van Allen's house. They telling me, oh no, it never happened. Okay, here's the pieces of the puzzle. Chuck Freeman say he went to a house in Atlanta.
Right.
A young girl comes out the house and points to the TV. He goes in and get 3 tapes. Watch this. Who lives in Atlanta? Lisa Van Allen.
So he'd have to know her.
Right. Listen. Who lives in Atlanta? Lisa Van Allen. Who have a young daughter? Lisa Van Allen. In order for the young daughter to point you into the house, you got to have a relationship with the young daughter.
Right. That's what I was thinking as well.
But then watch this. This is what they don't talk about. Yul Brown says out there, not June Brown, but Yul Brown says out there, I negotiated a deal with Robert. How did you get in touch with Robert if Lisa and Chuck wasn't in cahoots with each other and brought you in as the overseer?
Yeah, I just think it was an entire ring.
Right. That's who the big tall guy was, Yul Brown.
Yeah, I just don't understand how the opposition or the people who don't support Robert can they just can't use their common sense and just see the entire play here. I mean, even with the Surviving R. Kelly, it was very clear to me. I'm like, this is an extortion deal. Straight up.
Facts.
And the more it played out, it was clear by the moment that this was straight up extortion.
Facts.
And there was several players in this. So and it's like they think that, we're parents, we're sisters, we have kids, we have nephews, we're, all of those things. And, nobody would ever sit up here and support someone who's a pedophile.
Facts.
Absolutely not. And so, I just don't get it. I don't get the other side. I'm like, I don't understand why they just don't see.
Hello? Hello? Stephanie? Oh. She lost connection. Stephanie? Man. I'm just saying, man. I call back, Steph. I'm just saying, y'all. It is what it is. Okay, cool. And what's up, Ren? I'm just saying, I see the obvious of what most people don't see. And like I said, it's time for me to get back to where I was when I first started. When I first jumped back on here, time for me to get back to that place. All right. So I'm just giving you food for thought. But like I was saying before Stephanie called, R. Kelly was acquitted of conspiring to obstruct justice, conspiring to receive child pornography, and receiving child pornography. So if he was acquitted of conspiring to receive child pornography, and if he was acquitted of receiving child pornography, how can you find him guilty of child pornography counts? Because one of the main things was he had him go across the state lines, right? So if he was found not guilty on receiving child pornography and not guilty for conspiring to receive child pornography, you ain't going to tell me that he was on a tape involving himself in child pornography. Especially when they said it was 2 consenting adults and Robert himself. Make it make sense. On that note, Dream Team, I'm going to let y'all go because it's late. And I'm going to say this. We got to love on our own. We got to protect our own. We got to do what's right. All right? I'm about. Y'all be blessed.
I don't like to waste time on stupid conversation. There's no profit in that. So if I'm around people that are always complaining with no solutions, then I'm wasting real estate in my brain for what I need to project. And what I project in my brain is what I project in my reality. So that real estate only has to be for evolution, things that are going to help me get where I got to go. You understand? Help me evolve. So if my conversation with you makes me stagnate, we don't have too much conversation either. I don't have no time for no stupid ass conversation.
There's no such thing as love in these streets.
Guess you're going to hit a lick.
It's full of hate and lies and deceit.
I'm going to end up locked right back up.
What do you want me to do, Dream? I get it how I live, and you know that.
Man, straight to it, huh? You ain't playing around.
You must have did something real big to have to sell your truck.
I just lost 70 bands.
All got robbed.
Being loyal is the name of the game.
I talked to Nut. He said he was with you the night he got killed.
It sound like you're accusing me of killing my partner.
It's funny how everyone thinks they are, till they get smacked in the face by it.
Let's see what the streets talking about first.
Then you have to figure out who loyalty is loyal to.
You checking for my bitch?
We are just friends.
Is it you? Or is it the streets?
You still got that gun?
Love and loyalty is a myth.
Say you love it, what you gonna do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. Do that ass, girl, gotta make it last now. Girl, I'm so thin, I'ma beat it up.
RSKO soon. Yeah. Let's say what up. What games we sold, not told, words to Levi. Fuck the other side and fuck your opinion unless it's big by. Brooke Boy needs to leave and Nikki keep the 9 tuck. Sly Fox, Mama Mary said you can go fuck a duck. Anybody follow when they bullshit, I ain't surprised. Bullshit stinks, so that's the enterprise. Sorry for cussing Georgia girls, surely forgive me. Belinda, respectfully, I be watching like Miss Lady G. We don't fuck with baby killing niggas, watching F niggas, old cold niggas, Don Russell supporting ass niggas. We don't fuck with unfit drunk bitches, one pep scared bitches, or to be determined bitches. Y'all won't beat, that's why we prima donna patient. Fantasia light a candle, me and Virgo smoking trees. Really salute, I know EJ up in the G. What up, caramel and face, I can't forget about my lips. The dream team really be the squad. The other team really just the fraud. I say the dream team really be the squad. The other team really just the fraud. If we don't joke with choke and middle finger to the P.I. B.I.B.I.